Hey everybody, welcome back to Pam's Cutting Board. Today we are going to make grape dumplings. So here's what you're going to need for the grape dumplings. You're going to need some real butter. You're going to need some all-purpose flour. You're going to need some grape juice. You're going to need a little bit of sugar and a little bit of grape jelly. So, first of all, let me tell you what I've got going on the stove over here. I've got some grape juice with a little bit of sugar just heating up here. I've got my grape jelly. I've heated it up slowly and I'm just keeping it warm. It's not hot, but it's warm enough to where I can mix it in with my dough, because that's what I'm going to do in just a little bit.
Here, come to me.
Now, you don't want it just straight out of the jar. What I do is I take my butter and I just kind of grate it down into my flour. Kind of like you do when you're doing biscuits and you're cutting your butter in. Can you get down in the bowl there?
I can't fit, but I think I can make it.
And you see all this butter, isn't that pretty? And I've just grated it up. Now we're going to mix it in with our flour. Like I said, kind of like you do a biscuit. And I just take a fork and just kind of cut it into that flour. Now you can also take your hands if you wanted to. And you would just work that butter into the flour. But this is all you do. Get it worked in there really well. While I'm working this in, let me tell you how I invented the grape dumpling. So, it's kind of a funny story. So I'm just going to add my jelly right now. When me and Wayne got married, as I was saying, is we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. We were poor. And my mom always made blackberry dumplings. And I wanted blackberry dumplings. Blackberries they're kind of expensive. And we really didn't have a lot of the extra money to spend on the blackberries. So I thought, well, they're both about the same color, grapes and the blackberries. So I will just make grape dumplings, right? And that's what I did. And I thought for years, I invented them. But come to find out, I didn't. They actually date back years and years ago to the Choctaw and the Cherokee Indians. And they made them. They made them out of what they called wild possum grapes. That's what they made. They made the grape dumplings. So I didn't invent it at all. And for years, I thought I had. But they're still good. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more flour. Now I've got that dough just a little bit the way I want it. I had to add just a little bit more flour, and you may have to, depending on the humidity. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take just a little bit of flour. I'm going to pull off my rings. Don't want flour in my rings.
No on the rings.
No, can't get that out. Then I'm just going to turn this dough right out onto that flour. We're going to make it just like we do like chicken dumplings or anything like that. But who knows, when I was making the grape dumplings, maybe that was my Cherokee Native American heritage coming out. As far as I know, I think my grandmother on my mother's side was half Cherokee. I think if I've got that story straight. Looks kind of funny, the purple dough, doesn't it? It is a messy job. So just be prepared for a mess. And then you're going to take a little bit more of the flour.
Looks like some kind of plastic. Oh.
And you're just going to work it like you do a biscuit.
Now, I debated on whether I'd say that or not.
You won't think it's plaster when you're eating it.
I just said looks like.
He's backing up now, ain't he, guys? Oh, I left out one ingredient that you're going to have. And that's going to be ice cream. You have to have vanilla ice cream with this.
On the side.
No. This melts right down over that, or the ice cream melts right down over these grape dumplings. They're so good. So, so good.
That won't make me any dumplings, will it?
It'll make us enough.
Okie doke.
And if you're having more people, you certainly can double the recipe. Okay, that's how we want it now. Worked it just like we was working biscuit dough. Now, I'm just going to roll it out just a little bit. You see me put flour on this, that's just so it doesn't stick. Because it is a sticky dough. If you didn't have that flour, you couldn't do nothing with it. It would stick everywhere.
It was real, wouldn't it?
It would just stick and tear all to pieces. See how it was starting to stick right there? You wouldn't be able to do anything with it if you didn't have flour. I think I'm getting flour all over me. Should have put an apron. I've got aprons, but I just forget to put them on. I'm in the kitchen cooking before I realize. And usually I've made a mess before I even think about putting the apron on. Okay.
Can you take a cookie cutter and just...
We're going to do a pizza cutter.
Oh, okay.
Me wash my hands up and I'll be right back. So now, all you do is you make strips. And you can use a knife if you want to, but it's much easier with a pizza cutter. You turn the other way and you make strips the other way. And I don't know, what is that? 1 inch by 1 inch? And I'd say it's probably 1/8 of an inch thick. But you can make the dumplings as big or small as you want to. And the dough is thick. You're just going to have, the thicker the dough, you're going to have a bigger dumpling. And same with this. So that will be your decision. Now I'm heating up the grape juice and the sugar. And I will tell you to put about 1/2 of a cup of sugar, but if you want it more sweet or less sweet, you know, you can adjust that sugar.
I thought you were going to roll them up into little balls.
Oh, like my chicken dumplings?
Yeah.
No, this, you can if you want to do. Mom always, when she made her blackberry dumplings, she did drop dumplings. She just made a dough and would take a spoon and drop them into the liquid. It all depends. I mean, you can make it either way, and I've made it both ways.
Is that edible like it is?
Well, yeah, I mean, you could eat it, but I don't think it would taste very well.
Let's see.
You are not eating this.
Yeah, let's try it out.
Hey, Wayne. You gotta be kidding me. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we try.
Raw dough. You're eating raw dough.
That's good.
Okay. I will cook mine and I'll give him his raw.
Well, I was curious if you could taste the grape or not.
Can you?
Yes, ma'am. They don't call me the taste tester for nothing.
I think that's a little bit beyond
The Call of Duty.
right there, yeah.
Well, something's got to do it. That will make mini dumplings.
And that's sticking a little bit where I didn't have enough flour on that. But you can always work with it, and your mistakes, you can still work with them, guys. Everything in the kitchen is not going to be perfect all the time.
See what I mean by mini dumplings?
Okay. Now, can you get over here? Now, my grape juice is boiling, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm just going to start gently dropping the dumplings. And you don't want to stir them. If you stirred them, they would just break apart, and you would have grape soup, or grape gravy, I guess.
Grape casserole.
That would be kind of like a thick gravy. There'd be no dumplings. They'd just break apart.
Okay.
And that's on medium high. Is what I got it on. You want still it to boil a little bit as you're dropping the dumplings. And all you do now, once you drop all your dumplings, is you just want to make sure your dough cooks. The little dumpling cooks through. Now, if you need to take a spoon, you can, and make space for more, you can just kind of pull them a little bit and then make space and drop some more dumplings. But you don't want to get in there and stir and mess with it. I like to eat this. I take a big bowl of this and put some ice cream right over the top. Or you can do the ice cream first and then the dumpling, whichever you want. But that ice cream just melts into that dumpling. It's so good. Now Wayne, he doesn't like his like that. He won't see his plain.
Ice cream on the side.
But to me, what makes it good is the ice cream melts.
You like the cold meat.
Cold and the hot, I do. But see how I'm making room? See, my pan's getting full with the dumplings, so I'm just kind of pulling it apart and dropping a dumpling. I'm not stirring.
You won't be putting too many in, will you? Can't put too many in?
Yeah, you can.
Scoot over, buddy. Let me in there.
Yeah. Let me join the party.
Oh, that's a hot tub, huh?
It's a hot tub.
Make room for me.
I'm just going to keep dropping the dumplings, and I'll bring you guys back in just a little bit. Okay guys, I wanted to bring you back. Now I've dropped all of the dumplings, and I'm just kind of moving them around a little bit so they'll all be in the hot tub. And I have turned my stove down to about a medium low, because if they keep boiling, you know, they would stick and all the juice would boil away.
And they're puffed up too and everything.
And I don't know if I mentioned, but that was self-rising flour. But you could use all-purpose. You would just want to add your about a pinch of salt and some baking soda. Yeah. Okay, we're just going to let that get done, and then we'll bring you guys back for a taste test. Here is what the Maggards are having for supper. Some mashed potatoes, some green beans, and that's roast beef on a bun.
With gravy.
With gravy.
Hey, hey, hey!
Let's see your plate.
We eat good in the neighborhood.
We'll see you back for
Dessert?
yes, in just a little bit. Okay, this is how I like it. I like a big bowl of the dumplings and the ice cream in the middle, and you see how it's melting. And I wanted to show you too see how thick that is? And all that was grape juice and sugar. But the flour that I put out on the cutting board, when I rolled them out, it served two purposes. It served, the first it served was to keep the dough from sticking to the cutting board and to the rolling pin. Second, it made that juice thicker into like a little sauce. So now we're going to taste test and see what Wayne thinks about it. Okay, and this is how Wayne likes his.
Well, see, I have my ice cream.
So we've ate that huge supper. Both of us are stuffed. Now we're ready for dessert.
Tell her to make a video with that supper we had. I mean, it's simple, very quick, 20, 30 minutes will knock it in the head. You know, if you got ball players, cheerleaders, whatever, you know, we're busy, we're on the run. And she said, well, that was processed meat. It's still good. I don't know. I'm just a cameraman.
It was canned green bean. I mean, there was no recipe to it. And I think you guys deserve a recipe. But we have meals like that a lot. It was canned green beans, instant mashed potatoes, and I took deli roast beef, made some gravy, put it on a toasted bun. Supper.
So forth and so on.
So what you think about the grape dumplings? And let me guys know if you think that my Cherokee heritage was coming through, or was it just coincidence that I came up with that?
It's good. I mean, ranks right up there with blackberries. It do.
I mean, it's a little different.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, a little different flavor. And I'd say those dumplings cooked to probably, 18 minutes? And then I turned them on low, let them stay warm until after we had our supper.
That's not sour. That's not a sour taste at all. It's a sweet taste, but not too sweet. And,
but you could add more sugar to your grape juice if you wanted it more sweeter.
It don't need. It don't need it.
Yeah, it's good.
Remember, put a little jelly in. Now, this is the way I do mine.
He doesn't like the ice cream melting in with it. That's what he doesn't like.
You eat with your eyes,
Yep. You eat with your eyes first.
and then your mouth. That's good. Remember, if you have a prayer request, put it in comments. We'll pray over it. We'll put you in our prayer book. And all of us praying together, we're going to hold to God.
Amen.
We've had Lisa give us a text thanking God for moving and healing her. Thanks for the prayers. I mean, you know, when I pray, I know you guys are praying with us. We all need to pray now. Because this is your ministry too. And we love you. Keep praying for the ones on their prayer list. And I got a good friend. Please pray for him. Lost his wife a little while back, and he needs your prayers. Mr. Boss, you got anything to say? God bless you and yours. See you next time on the cutting board. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys.
Please subscribe and watch a video, please.
We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.